So we have a court order that is met with a mob at Ole Miss. And, well, one student walks to class under federal protection. I'm Matt Haskell. I'm a high school history teacher, and we're going together through Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire line by line. Next up, well, we're going to Ole Miss. When Billy Joel sings Ole Miss, he's actually referring to the 1962 integration of the University of Mississippi by James Meredith, and a showdown between federal law and the state as far as that, that defiance that turned the campus into, it was under the national microscope. Meredith was a U.S. Air Force veteran who applied to Ole Miss in 1961 and was repeatedly blocked because he was black. And with lawyers from the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, including Constance Baker Motley, he won in federal court. And Mississippi's governor, Ross Barnett, tried to nullify the ruling with speeches and delays and, photo op, stand in the doorway theater, right? So the appeals pile up, but the court orders hold. And so on September 30th of 1962, Meredith arrived in Oxford under escort by U.S. Marshals. And by nightfall, a violent riot erupted near the Lyceum. You had bricks and tear gas and gunfire. 2 people were killed, a French journalist and a local bystander. And there were numerous other people injured, including many marshals. President John F. Kennedy then federalized the Mississippi National Guard and sent in the Army to restore order. At first light on October 1st, soldiers secured the campus and Meredith registered. He attended classes under constant protection and, also harassment, but stayed the course and graduated in 1963 with a political science degree. The image of a single student walking past soldiers and shattered glass, became a turning point. Brown v. Board would be enforced, not merely just cited case law. So, why does this moment sit in the song, in the lyric? Well, because Ole Miss captures the federal-state confrontation at the heart of the Civil Rights era. You have court orders, a governor defying them. Then you have a night that turned into a chaotic event. And then the rule of law, which arrived in the form of, uniforms. When you tie it back to the song, it does compress the crisis. You have Meredith's courage on top of it. You have Barnett's resistance. You have Marshall's that end up under fire. And, finally, his course registration forms get signed. The reason why it matters, Ole Miss shows how rights can become real. You have lawsuits, persistence, and then federal enforcement. It explains why photos of soldiers on campus didn't signal militarization of education, but instead, rather, it was the protection of a citizen against a mob veto. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, a comment, a follow, a share. Any of those things would be fantastic. Continue to follow along here, and I'm going to throw out more episodes, or go back into my playlist, and you can watch the previous ones if you haven't seen them yet, because we're going to move from, British Beatlemania, Ole Miss. Next up is John Glenn. Thanks for watching.